What if I told you that millions of people are fighting diabetes with one hand tied behind their back? They're counting carbs, checking blood sugar religiously, and following every doctor's order, but missing 5 simple nutrients that could change everything. These aren't expensive medications or complicated treatments. They're basic vitamins and minerals that most people overlook, yet they pack the power to transform how your body handles blood sugar. I've spent years researching diabetes management, and what I'm about to share with you might be the missing piece of your health puzzle. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into these 5 game-changing nutrients that every person with diabetes should know about. Living with diabetes feels like walking a tightrope sometimes, doesn't it? One wrong meal and your numbers spike. Skip a workout and you're back to square one. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. Your body is desperately trying to work with you, not against you. It just needs the right tools to do its job properly. Think of these 5 nutrients as your body's personal pit crew. Just like a race car needs the right fuel, oil, and parts to perform at its best, your body needs specific vitamins and minerals to keep your blood sugar stable and your energy flowing smoothly. Let's start with nature's blood sugar balancer, magnesium. Now, here's something that'll blow your mind. This single mineral is involved in over 300 different processes happening in your body right now. 300. It's like having a master key that unlocks better health across the board. But here's where it gets really interesting for people with diabetes. Magnesium is like insulin's best friend. It helps insulin do its job more efficiently, which means your body can actually use the glucose in your bloodstream instead of letting it pile up and cause problems. When you don't have enough magnesium, it's like trying to unlock a door with a bent key. Everything becomes harder than it needs to be. Research shows that people with diabetes are often running low on magnesium, and this deficiency creates a vicious cycle. Low magnesium makes blood sugar control harder, which stresses the body, which depletes magnesium even more. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. The good news? Getting more magnesium is easier than you think. Throw some spinach in your morning smoothie. Snack on a handful of almonds instead of reaching for processed foods. Add some black beans to your lunch. These simple swaps can make a massive difference in how you feel and how your body manages glucose. But here's a pro tip. If you're thinking about magnesium supplements, chat with your doctor first. Too much can upset your stomach, and you want to find that sweet spot where your body gets what it needs without any unwanted side effects. Now, let's talk about the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. You know what's crazy? This isn't technically even a vitamin. It's actually a hormone that your body makes when sunlight hits your skin. And for people with diabetes, it's absolutely crucial. Here's what happens when you have enough vitamin D in your system. Those special cells in your pancreas that make insulin, they work like well-oiled machines. Your body becomes more sensitive to insulin, which means the glucose in your blood gets swept up and used for energy instead of hanging around causing trouble. But when you're low on vitamin D, and let's be honest, most of us are, especially if we're stuck indoors all day, your body struggles to manage blood sugar effectively. It's like trying to conduct an orchestra with half the musicians missing. The music might still play, but it's not going to sound nearly as good. The tricky thing about vitamin D is that it's hard to get enough from food alone. Sure, you can eat fatty fish like salmon or drink fortified milk, but for most people, that's not going to cut it. This is where a quality supplement could be a real game changer. But again, work with your healthcare provider to figure out the right dose for you. Moving on to our third secret weapon, chromium. Don't worry if you've never heard of this one. Most people haven't. But this tiny trace mineral punches way above its weight when it comes to blood sugar control. Think of chromium as insulin's personal trainer. It helps insulin get stronger and more efficient at its job. When you eat a meal and your blood sugar starts to rise, chromium jumps into action, helping your cells respond better to insulin's signal to let glucose in. Studies have shown that people who supplement with chromium often see improvements in their fasting blood sugar levels and their long-term blood sugar control markers. It's not magic, but it's pretty close. The key is finding the right form. Chromium picolinate tends to be the most easily absorbed by your body. You can get some chromium from foods like broccoli, whole grains, and lean meats, but if you're dealing with diabetes, you might need more than what food alone can provide. Again, This is where having a conversation with your doctor becomes really important. Now, let's dive into vitamin E, your body's personal bodyguard against cellular damage. If you've been living with diabetes for a while, you've probably heard about something called oxidative stress. Basically, it's like rust forming inside your body, damaging cells, and making everything work less efficiently. Vitamin E is like having a protective shield around your cells. It neutralizes those damaging free radicals before they can cause problems. For people with diabetes, this is huge because high blood sugar creates more oxidative stress, which can lead to complications down the road. But vitamin E doesn't just protect. It actively helps with blood sugar control too. Research suggests it can improve insulin sensitivity and even help lower those long-term blood sugar markers that your doctor checks every few months. The best part? Getting more vitamin E is delicious. Nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and even sunflower oil are packed with this protective nutrient. Just remember, like everything else, balance is key. Megadoses of vitamin E supplements can actually cause problems, so stick to food sources or work with a healthcare provider if you're considering supplements. Finally, let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids, the anti-inflammatory superstars of the nutrition world. If inflammation were a fire burning in your body, omega-3s would be the fire department. Here's why this matters for diabetes. Chronic inflammation makes insulin resistance worse. It's like trying to unlock a door while someone's spraying foam all over the lock. The key might fit perfectly, but all that interference makes it impossible to turn. Omega-3s calm down that inflammation, allowing insulin to work more effectively. They also help reduce the amount of fat stored in your liver, which is crucial because liver fat is one of the main drivers of insulin resistance. But the benefits don't stop there. These healthy fats are like bodyguards for your heart, and since people with diabetes have a higher risk of heart disease, this protection is invaluable. They help lower triglycerides, improve cholesterol levels, and keep blood pressure in check. The best sources are fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. If you're not a fish person, don't worry. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are great plant-based options. There are also high-quality fish, oil, and algae-based supplements available. Now, here's something really important I want you to understand. These 5 nutrients aren't magic bullets. They're not going to replace your medications or excuse you from eating well and staying active. Think of them as powerful allies in your fight for better health. The beauty of focusing on these nutrients is that they work together like a well-coordinated team. Magnesium helps your insulin work better. Vitamin D supports your pancreas. Chromium fine-tunes your glucose metabolism. Vitamin E protects your cells from damage. And omega-3s calm inflammatory fires that make everything harder. When you start giving your body these tools, something amazing happens. You might notice your energy levels becoming more stable throughout the day. Your blood sugar readings might start looking more consistent. You might even find that managing your diabetes feels less like a constant battle and more like a partnership with your body. But remember, everyone's body is different. What works amazingly for one person might need tweaking for another. That's why it's so important to work with a healthcare provider who understands your unique situation. They can help you figure out the right doses, watch for any interactions with your medications, and monitor your progress. The most important thing is to start somewhere. Maybe you begin by adding more magnesium-rich foods to your diet. Or perhaps you ask your doctor about testing your vitamin D levels. Small steps can lead to big changes over time. Your journey with diabetes doesn't have to be about constant restriction and worry. It can be about empowerment, about giving your body what it needs to thrive. These 5 nutrients are your secret weapons in that fight. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one of these nutrients and focus on it for the next week. Maybe it's adding a handful of almonds to your daily routine for magnesium or scheduling that vitamin D test you've been putting off. Whatever it is, take that first step. Your future self will thank you for it. And if this information helped you today, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Share this with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical health tips that can actually make a difference in your daily life. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it.